Okay. And we should be live. Audio seems fine too. Everything seems good. Okay then. Welcome back everyone and welcome to another stream of Avowed. Well, let me duck here real quick so these guys can see me.
Quiet.
We are right back where we left off last time. We just cleared out the area over here. Basically finished up the first area of the... Well, we are in the last area and we finished the first half. And now we are going to enter the second half, as well as the town today. But first we have to finish up here today. As always, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. And if you do, hit that follow button right down below. That's a lot and it's very much appreciated. How do you even keep seeing me? Okay, before anything, we do have an ancient memory here. So I thought we would start with that today.
We have been here before. Do you feel the old roots?
Little bit of lore.
Alone?
I feel a shadow of essence. Long dead life. Growth paused before its time. I've heard your riddles before. Show me what you want me to see. I'm tired of your... let's go with the first one.
The trees shake with the passing of beasts. Their prey skitter.
So this whole barren area was once a lush foresty
Now
area.
is a wound.
The waterfalls and everything. Show me what you can remember. I cannot be bothered. Show me what you can remember.
You are Maru, Ajabaru Sinakis. You stand on the shoulders of all who spoke for us before. You
Okay.
are young in your role, newly minted from your trials in Thirdborn. You tempered your body and spirit in our image. Tell us, Maru, how did you perform?
I was exceptional. I did not distinguish myself. I barely made it out alive. I mean, this is the only good one. Even though this one is already a little bit too much, I think. I was exceptional and the next one is... I'm no one, basically. I'm gonna go with the exceptional,
All of your life had led to this.
I guess.
We noticed your promise, and you rewarded us tenfold. We had chosen many new guardians, but we cherished you first.
Okay.
Now you stood for the garden. Your destiny awaited you. The leader sent you to the temple of Galawain's tusks. An oasis bloomed from the Adra, and our children built a city there. Tell us, Maru, how did you find life in your new home?
I found love and community. It was solitary work, but I didn't mind. I felt isolated and abandoned. I fought to earn their respect. I mean, both of these aren't bad. I kind of want to go with the second one.
Contemplation. Peace. A canopy of silence. Why?
It felt satisfying to serve. I'd never been good with people. It was the only thing I could do well. Probably the second one.
An ascetic life had always called to you. The scrolls and candles were loyal. They listened. They never judged. In the third year of your work, the tide turned. The season changed. The city had grown root-bound, too large to sustain itself.
Okay.
Creeks ran dry. The people stirred with unrest. They turned to you.
Again, I really think this would work way better if it wouldn't just be a static image. To conserve the water they had. What did you advise them? To conserve the water they had. To pray for the rivers to rise. To venture out and find new sources, obviously. To dig more wells. Deeper wells. This one isn't bad, but I think this one is better.
The sea yielded only salt. The forage could not replace the harvest. Until, one day, we leave. The builders found a clear spring carved into the mountainside.
Nice.
They dreamed of an aqueduct, a river of their own design. Its veins would split the trees, a winding wound across our back. You could speak with us. Why did you not consult us first?
I thought you would agree it was necessary. You never objected to building before. Both valid. We had no other way to survive. You failed us. We needed to provide for us. Both of these are valid. I think both of these are very good. This one enforces the necessity of it more, so I'm gonna go with that.
Presumption born of ignorance. In the path of the aqueduct lived a mighty flower tree, one of the first in the jungle.
Its fruit fed hundreds. I meditated under its shades. A mighty flowered tree. Doesn't say what tree it is. A landmark for lost travelers. Source of arcane energy. Its fruit. Let's go with that one.
A font of vitality. Its leaves spread wide, a challenge to the foreman's authority. He raised his axe.
I tried to stop him. I stood by and watched. I tried to stop him.
You leaped forward. The axe cleaved into your arm. It would survive, but your blood drenched the dirt. Why did you intervene?
The three couldn't... I mean, if it's just an aqueduct, there's no reason to specifically kill this one tree. We could just, like, make a curve or something around it, you know? The tree couldn't defend itself. Someone had to. I'm not sure. Acted on instinct. There must have been another way. The foreman was a fool to challenge you. Yeah, let's go with that. I think this one is the best.
Insight that came too late. Yet you were weakened. He cut. The ground thundered as it fell. The haze parts. We cry out. Our skin burns. This memory we recall. The earth erupts. A chorus of screams. Ash blots out the sun.
You killed all the workers. You burned our libraries. Generations of knowledge gone. We dried up the water. You destroyed our mountains. You dried up the water, I guess. It's probably you killed all the workers.
The call of winter. The wages of their foreman's pride. Yet there he stood. A sprout in the dust. A witness to our tragedy. You offered yourself to protect us. We could not punish you.
You were hurt, of course. You reacted. How many lies for one tree? How dare you? Not wrong. There were many innocents in the city. Why did they die? Violence for violence. It was cruel but fair. Let's go with the third one.
Because we chose you.
That's too much for one person to bear. That's not a good enough answer. That's not a good enough answer, I guess. The first one isn't bad either. I'm gonna go with the first one. Too much for one person to bear.
Tend to the whole. We should like that to be our way. Years passed. The Aikido returned. As they rebuilt their walls, they left us offerings, wary of their ancestors' mistake. We welcomed their bounty, but the scars never healed. We too had learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Okay. Final godlike ability. Remembrance of Maru. Increases your attack damage by 10%. Ooh. Just like that, plus 10% attack. Okay. We haven't been in here yet, right? Or did we come from here? No, this is where we fought the little spiders, so we came from here. Alright, then that's how we got up here. That's why all of you are still alive. Where are the other mushrooms? There they are.
Next one's mine. You're right.
Nice. Stop it, spiders. There we go.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Right, so we are on our way to clear out the aqueduct. That is our current mission. Right, that's where we entered the spider nest. Anything else down here? Thought I heard something. Doesn't look that way. Okay, let's see what's blocking the aqueduct.
One for you.
So the magic bullet is a little bit slower than... So it's not an instant hit, but... It does always hit because of the tracking.
It burns. To your left.
There we go. Oh. There we go. Just a couple of primal fires. There it is. Ah, and that's how we get up top. So then, is there anything left down here? Okay. No way for me to get up there though. I was wondering if I would get some sort of double jump at some point, maybe. But doesn't look that way. Okay, let's check out the aqueduct. Point of no return. Okay, the water dries up here. There's not a lot of water flowing either way. But nothing too suspicious yet. Why wouldn't the water be flowing through this? Seems fine. I mean, that seems totally fine. Wait. Oh, it was right there. Damn it. I went too far. I thought we actually had to unclog the aqueduct. I didn't pay attention to where the quest marker led us. So let's try this again. All the mobs are already cleared out, so this should go fairly quick. Ah, there's another path right here that I didn't see. Okay, that leads you all the way up here. Yeah, it was up here. Oh, I see.
Those vines.
That's what's
Hopefully
blocking
find
it.
the source of the blockage, and the Pagrunin will be relieved. Fresh water is the one resource every kid needs.
Nice. There we go. Now that those are cleared out, I wonder if I still would be able to go over these. Or if I needed to go over before. Oh yeah, I can still go through it. Yeah, that's... No, that's better. No, that's way better. Let's report in. I mean, now they should have all the water that they could ever need, right? I've returned.
We'll wait here until you've taken care of everything. Gabral would be downright insufferable if I went back to them empty-handed.
The aqueduct is clear.
Thank you. If there's one thing we need to survive out here, it's fresh water. You've given us a fighting chance.
Perfect.
Chief Engineer Gabral will want to thank you properly for your help. They're
And
usually
all
very
without
willing
killing
to
her.
rumor to keep.
Do you have anything else to say?
Thank you again for restoring this land.
No. Okay, I guess we're done. Right, there's still the matter of this one spot over here. I want to see if I can go back. Can I get up there? No. Doesn't look that way. There's still this one room that we couldn't get to. It might just be cosmetic, but I want to check if there's not any way to get there. Yeah, over there. Wait, what? Oh, hello. Where did you guys come from? Damn, I missed. Wait, that's an enemy too? Why are you with the skeletons?
Good fight.
What were you even doing here? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think there's a way to get up there. If we could make it on top of there, it would be possible. But I don't see a way to parkour this. This is too steep, so we can't use that. Oh. It's too far away though, still. With a double jump it would be possible, but without one, it feels impossible. There isn't a spell or something that lets us do that, right? Or a skill. No, I need some sort of jumping skill. This only works on enemies. Otherwise, we could be maybe use that for a little bit of parkour. Oh, there's actually one more. Huh. One more of each. Oh, never mind. We would have gotten this one probably if we wouldn't have picked this one because we had the choice. So there might be one more of these. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be some sort of double jump skill that lets us get over there. I think this is just inaccessible. There's a chance I can make that. I thought maybe. I can stand on that. I'm gonna give it a shot. Dude, I can't make it back up. Dude, Kai, get out of my face, man. There we go. It doesn't seem like ultra far away. That's the thing. I couldn't run. You can't start the run really there. I'm just gonna say that's impossible to get up there. In that case, let's port to town and check out the last town of the game. Man, somehow this hover spell would have been nice. While we're here, might as well upgrade some stuff if I can. Haven't really found many of legendary upgrade materials. Now that we have our 2 final guns, let me get this one to legendary. That's the shock one, yeah. We upgraded that from nothing. We found it at the beginning, so it was basically no level, and we brought it all the way up top. I only have 1 legendary upgrade. That's my main weapon, right? So might as well. At some point we need to check what other books we have so we can decide which book we will use as our final book. And for the wands, it's probably this one since it's already legendary. And it's the fire wand, which kind of works out great. I do like the ice attack though. The ice wand though. But definitely very helpful in this area. Yeah, I think that's all we upgrade for now. Do we have anything to augment? Right, we can both augment this one and this one. So what do we get here? So we have currently power attacks deal very high stun damage. We can make that to power attacks deal moderate stun damage to nearby enemies. Okay. Or killing an enemy gives you 50% reload speed for 10 seconds. So this becomes an area of effect, but does less stun. I don't think that's better. I think I'm just gonna go stay with the basic. Not even gonna upgrade that. About this. Power attacks deal 75% stun to enemies with full health. Power attacks deal 150% stun to enemies with full health, so that's just doubling it. And a successful parry gives the attacking enemy minus. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. That's just a pure increase. It's weird that this one isn't even a pure increase. Because if you're talking about single targets, it's a downgrade, really.
Thank you for telling us about Tama. For what it's worth, I don't think less of you. Dealing with grief, it's never easy.
Okay, we do have the last totem.
Careful with that thing. We're not even sure.
Another frack.
Perose enemies, huh?
This thing's just getting warmed up. Anyway.
We do have some skill points too. Man, leveling is so slow in this game. Probably crit chance again. We are 25% crit chance now. It might be actually dexterity this time. Let's go with dexterity for now. And then we also got one more point here. Yeah, let's do that. We have so much stun now. With our guns. That's kind of nuts. At this point we should level our spells. And decide on the last spell that we want to
I've
slot.
lost people before. You're right. The grief is
Okay,
never
everyone
easy,
wants to talk again.
but I didn't know how to do
But except for
it. It's a
Yahtzee.
shame, knowing I'd failed them.
We never
Let's see what they want to talk about.
Rawatayans love to boast about how barren and rugged our homeland is. But we've got nothing on the Pargrunan living here.
Yeah. Galavain's Tusk has a certain austere charm. Cannot imagine calling this place home. Let's go with the first
I
one.
can't fault your optimism, but would you think that if this was the only landscape you ever saw, day in and day out?
Yeah, I
According
can
to
see that.
Marius, his people are forbidden from ever leaving the Tusks.
I did tell you that, didn't I? Must have been drunk.
I'm all for pulling together, but that's just oppressive.
I agree. People should be free to choose their own path. That's true. No one could survive here without cooperation. That's true too. Mutual second, there must be a reason. I'm gonna still go with the first one.
You're not alone. A lot of people in Solace would agree with you.
Exactly. It's not a home if you have to lock people in it. Ravatai has a similar problem. Between the constant storms and the rocky soil, the lands never supported us easily. So
Makes
many of
sense.
us find work as sailors and mercenaries. We explore the world as soldiers or as part of a trade mission. We venture out. We're encouraged to.
You also conquer and annex a lot of land you explore and trade with. And all that you gain from your exploits enriches Rotea. But how many of you actually go back to your homeland? Let's go with the second one.
Yeah, strength through striving. Everyone in the living lands faces struggle, but people choose that, and usually to escape something worse. Forcing people into a lifetime of hardship for the sake of principle or tradition is a different matter entirely.
Yeah, that's true. You've never been to Galean's Tusk before. I've got questions about you. Let's go with the first one.
Never. The Pargrunen of Solace are notoriously suspicious of outsiders. Though,
Yeah, we've noticed
from the
that.
looks of this place, Solace's real concern has got to be keeping its people in, not keeping the rest of us out.
That it?
Good luck finding a soft spot to bed down.
Seems that way. Okay, let's talk to her then.
We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is
I mean, it's right over there, literally. We can literally see it. Functional bridge to the garden would also be nice. That's true.
We'll find a way. We always do. Are you afraid of what's to come? I'm not judging, just curious.
Yeah, it's fine. I have my 2 guns. I'm worried that everything I know is about to be turned upside down. I'm terrified. Not at all. This is business as usual. Let's go with the first one. Why not?
The bane of every academic. I believe, for the first time in
I'm still
ages,
not sure if our
that I'm
god
not
can
afraid.
be reasoned with or
I used
not,
to care
and
so much
will
about
be turned out
discovery,
to be good or not.
achievement. But deep down, I was afraid.
There's definitely the
Afraid that I
possibility that we
wasn't
have to
living up to
fight
my
all the
potential.
other gods at some point, maybe in a DLC or something. And that would entail that we either have to kill our current god or we have to align with her. Arcane Scholar. I know that feeling. Earlier you were worried that you'd taken the wrong direction with Animancy. Who did you think you were? Who did you think you were letting down? Wait, what? I'm sure Vidoro had something to do with that. I'm just gonna go with I know the
Of
feeling.
course you do. What blade cuts deeper than having unachievable standards for yourself? Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled. That I alone can fix it.
I mean,
Even my parents.
that's
Gods,
literally what science
they really
is,
had no
finding out
idea
the
what they
truth
were
about the
doing.
world.
Just like me.
They must have felt the same pressure that you did. I'm sure they tried their best.
They truly did. But I'm not going to repeat their mistakes. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine.
Why is her
Perfectly
amulet so
fine.
glitchy? It's so distracting. That would have gotten you. That would have gotten you a standing ovation at Bragahile Academy. I think you just make a breakthrough. I think that's better.
Did I? Huh. I don't know what I expected. Feels nice. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments.
Sure.
You have an inquisitive mind. I respect that. If you ever feel your education is missing something, I'd be happy to teach you what I know. All you have to do is ask.
You offered to teach me. I'm ready to learn.
Excellent.
We
Imperial
finally get
court
some
taught
more
you well, but
more
I
boosts.
suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an animancer, now is the time.
Tell me how an animancer sharpens their mind to decipher the spiritual world. I want to learn about how you stand up for yourself with an unclad will. I think I'm gonna go with the mind buff. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that can take a lifetime. It's the sad reality of our work. But I'll give you the short version.
Magic buff.
Now, let's begin. You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention?
Sure. I was hanging on your every word.
Really? What's the last thing I said?
You were telling me about the fight that broke out during your thesis defense. You drifted off for a moment. Were you paying attention? Let's go with the first one.
Ah, I stand corrected. Even if you had dozed off, no harm done.
Okay.
Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures, and look how I turned out.
Nice.
That's all I have to teach you for now. I'll chime in if anything else comes to mind.
Sure. What do you think of our travel companions? How are you holding up? Everything we've seen. Do you still want to be an animancer?
The better question is, can I still be an animancer? Could I even make a difference? As long as Fior Mesiverno is safe, the Living Lands will have animancers, whether or not I am one of them.
Makes sense.
And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the Living Lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually.
Your mother thought it was possible.
She thought a lot of things. Not all of them were true. All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one.
Okay. Then we'd better stop the Dream Scourge. Your work is too important.
At least someone thinks so. Thank you for believing in me. Whether or not I believe in myself.
How are you holding up?
Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next.
Great.
Oh, and my home is under attack by the acolytes of an insane witch god. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Mesiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work.
Why is that? Do all animancers suffer from ennui? Maybe I can help.
What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the Living Lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried?
Meeting the wild god of this area might help.
Off than my parents. The Dream Scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything.
Sure.
I'm useless. I'm nothing.
That's a little bit hard, I would say. If we trace the Dream Scourge to the garden, maybe you'll find answers there.
Let's hope we live long enough to see this garden of yours. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden, for better or worse.
Sure. What do you think of... We are close to the garden. Are you nervous?
Oh, yes. The little butterflies in my stomach are more restless than ever. When I joined you, I needed to put a stop to the Dream Scourge. So much has changed since then. There may be nothing for me in the garden.
Nah, I don't think so.
Outside of it. But I still want to see it for myself.
You aren't tempted to collect a few samples and further some research? Let's go with that.
Something tells me the garden would defy any attempt to measure it. One cannot catalog the impossible. On a journey such as this, it's better to cast aside your expectations. They can only weigh you down.
I can see that.
Not before I've done some reading.
Hey, 2 more intelligence. Nice. And she wants to talk again.
Many animancers believe that nature is there to be measured, controlled, subverted.
Okay.
Well, I've been contemplating that assumption. Quite a bit, in fact. You made peace with the Delamgan in Galawain's tusks. Could that be a sign of things to come?
You think animancers can work with nature, not against it?
Possibly, if they were to find common ground. I've spent my life trying
Why
to
wouldn't they
dominate
be able to?
nature, to overcome the limitations of our existence for the good of everyone, just like my mother. But what if animancers coexisted with the natural world, supporting instead of exploiting?
Sounds promising.
With a little encouragement, it could be possible. There's plenty of work ahead of us, but I'd say we're off to a good start.
Sure.
Now, let's try and stay on nature's good side. We have a reputation to uphold. Until next time.
Anything else? Nope. Okay, Marius. You still bugged?
Envoy? Been thinking about Amalia a bit. You convinced her to stay in the Tusks. Not what
Yes.
I would have done, but at least it's resolved. Solace's traditions exist for a reason. It's just not always a good reason.
I'm glad it all worked out.
Right. I just wanted to make sure you knew how big that was, in case she didn't thank you enough. Envoy? I'm not ready to go to Solace. Maybe there's another way. Maybe we can fashion some kind of flying boat?
Of course. He knew where the garden was this whole time. Why didn't you say something earlier? Oh, that's a good point. You're really worried about this, aren't you? Let's go with that.
No, clearly. They probably won't arrest me and lock me away in a crumbling tower they all but abandoned decades ago. I'll be fine. You know me. Taking things too seriously, assuming the worst. I mean, they don't execute deserters anymore.
No resolve, no! I won't let anything happen to you.
Appreciate that. Really, it's alright. Nothing to worry about.
Good. I'll be relying on you in Solace.
Right. Like I said, don't worry about it. There is something that's bothering me. Specifically, if you can spare a moment.
Sure.
Since we entered the Tusks, I've been getting these flashes of memory. Like there are answers in my head I can't get to. They seem to be about a village, somewhere north of Solace.
Okay.
Fear and sorrow, but also answers.
Say no more. We'll find that village.
Thanks, Envoy. It might be nothing, but it'll be nice having backup whenever I go to find it.
No worries.
Anyway,
Let's talk about Galwain's task and have to... Sure, let's
pleasant dreams.
find Marius's village. Anything else?
Envoy, what do you need?
Talk about the
What
task.
do you want to talk about?
Got anything interesting?
Nothing I can think of, no.
Can you tell me about...
Solace is a walled keep that has stood basically unchanged for centuries. The Pargrunin there think the walls are indestructible, which tells you a
Are they?
lot about why they don't like to leave. Instead of laws, they have traditions that date all the way back to the founding of Solace. Violate these traditions at your peril. I say it's the safest place in the Tusks,
aren't those
but
laws then?
don't get me wrong.
I
Growing
mean,
up there
traditions
was
that are being
not
enforced
easy.
like laws are laws.
Leaving was even
So-
harder.
What's the difference? Any tips? We've already done
Right,
that.
Changing the subject.
Yeah. He's still
lost.
bugged. He's the only one that I can't get the talking marker away from.
Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Odie,
Oh, is that new? I think that's new. It's always these two. We need our tank and we need our magic gun.
How could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs.
Don't worry about it.
We blessed the Tabaru Sinakis, and they prick us in return.
You harmed innocents. Of course they are furious. I trust you, but you cannot deny that there were casualties. I think this one is better because it's not so aggressive. This one is more direct. Let's go with the second one.
Blood on the wire. Roots like a wall. We only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many.
Yeah, but you also killed many. Sometimes our emotions drive us to terrible things. I understand. How long... As long as you promise this is in the past, we can move on. You cannot take any fucking responsibility for anything, can you? This is way too aggressive. This is very understanding. This basically also. I think I'm gonna go with the first one.
The burned queen. She hurt us. Hurt our people. She did this.
Yeah, but it's your fault too.
Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn. We could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite? This we could not foresee. But you are here. A green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us.
You're putting me on the spot here. Depends on whether you hurt the people I love. As long as our goals are pointed the same way. Both of these are not bad. I think I'm gonna go with the second one.
Words like bile. This is not our way. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
What? Okay. Why golden poppies all of a sudden? Okay, let's go.
My. It's rather dusty here, isn't it? How did the dwarves manage?
I'm starting to wonder if those gates are to keep strangers out or locals in.
Well, probably both. Okay. So we could just go the second area right away. This is where Marius' village is. I feel like I should go into town first, just because we might get a quest that requires us to go somewhere and do something anyways. That way I don't have to go to specific spots twice. Hello.
Welcome to Sorina's Mercy. Oh, Sago. There's nothing for you to see here.
Well, I would like to disagree. Whoa, okay. Don't mind if I do. Prison tower key. So this is the prison tower.
You let me out of here right now.
Will you pipe down over there?
I'm innocent.
No. You gave the goods back. That's something else.
I demand that this farce of a justice system answer for itself.
Do you do this every day?
Hello.
No rattling the bars.
Oh, thank the gods. Finally.
Renato here was selling our grave goods to traveling merchants. Don't let him tell about maps and causes. He's a common thief.
Wait, what? What's this about? Grave goods.
I admit I took a few things from Pargrunan memorials. And I admit the caravans paid me a good price for them.
Expeditions have costs.
So, you were lining your own pockets. How can you be a cartographer and not value other cultures? Not like the dead were using them, that's true. So you were lining your own pockets.
You can't line a pocket that's full of holes. Sansa has no idea what the living lands are like. He sits in his emporium and thinks it's the dead fire. Well, it's not. Every day out here is a matter of life and death.
Makes
We
sense.
do fine without grave robbing.
I just needed to survive.
Alright. He's learned his lesson. Let him out. Sorry, Renato. You're staying right here, where you are. Taking your notes. You'll have to untangle this mess yourself. I mean, he doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. Let's just go with that.
You can't just barge in and tell us what to do with our prisoners.
Did you give him a proper trial? Glowware. I'll make sure he doesn't do it again. Suit yourself. Did you give him a proper trial?
How should I know? The wardens just left him here. Ha, fine. I'm not paid enough to handle legal debates. You're free to go.
Okay.
About time. I owe you, whoever you are. Actually, wait, I can do better than that. Take my notes.
Nice.
Do me a favor and don't tell Sansa where I've been. I'll come up with something. As soon as I've found a place to bathe.
So this is the first cartographer that isn't dead. That we found. Which is kind of funny. The first one that we found that isn't dead was imprisoned.
Oh, how cozy. The blood.
See, Sala's Keep, he said. Adventure, he said.
Whoa, okay. Okay, Jesus. I just left an arm. This is... Yeah, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Yeah, we should definitely go into town first, right? See if we can even go into town. That's the better question. They will let us in.
I've only heard stories of this place. Amazing.
Hello. No? Ah, talk to you.
Outsiders aren't permitted in Solace Keep. Turn your ass around and go back the way you came.
Okay. We are the reason you have clean water. How about a little gratitude? Council is inside the keep. Cannot get I can't get permission unless you let me in. Let's go with the first one.
You're the reason I got a bath? Hell's bells, I owe you. You have no idea how ripe the keep gets when the fountains are busted.
Okay.
If anyone asks, I wasn't the one who let you in.
Sure.
Lower it on down. Quickly now.
Well, that worked.
All that for us.
Good thing that we did the side quest. Would have probably gotten in without it, though.
If it's the new recruit playing games again, I'm going to... Base. It's just like... No.
Hello.
Outlanders and Soulless Keep.
Maybe it's time for another assignment.
Weapons. I'll steal all your stuff. Now I send it all to the inventory. Because otherwise I can't move. Jesus Christ, how many hammers did I get?
Alright. Took you long enough.
Hello.
Wait, you're not from the hunting party. Where's the hunting party? They were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Idiots. Better not have gotten themselves
Don't
killed.
mind me stealing your meat.
I swear if they've gotten themselves drunk out there, I'm going to turn them into leather.
You look just like Nandun. You have his markings. The council is going to lose its mind.
Mihala is going to... I don't even know what...
Okay, everyone was reacting to my face.
This has never happened.
I can't wait to see what the council will say. Duty won't feed us. Duty will keep us from...
How dare you talk to your mother that way?
Okay. Up we go. An elevator entrance. We finally reached the last town. Gellervain's Tusk. Graham.
Nobody told me to expect outsiders. Welcome to...
Something on my face?
Something like that, yes.
Nice.
Apologies for staring. Do you have any questions about Soulless Keep?
Perception. Why are you so shocked by my appearance?
I've never seen anyone quite like you, is all. No, that's not entirely true. All I'll say is, take a good look at the big statue of Nandru, this keep's founder, when you enter the main hall. A word of warning before you enter. You are the first outsiders to visit the keep in longer than I know.
I can see that. Understand. It's an honor to be here.
It is an honor to have you. Enjoy your visit to Soulless Keep.
Thank you. Help wanted. Repair the godless aqueduct. Well, we've already done that.
Why does the outsider look familiar?
Okay. It's different than I expected.
I'll have to bring this to the council's attention.
They're never going to survive out there.
You're probably right, but it was their choice. They're no longer our people.
I know. But my brother...
What are you guys talking about?
I just wish he'd
No, Yassi, not you.
come back home.
Can't talk to them.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you're right. He made his choice.
Okay, where are you hiding all your secrets though? There are always secrets hidden somewhere. And how big is this? Are there multiple floors? Seems to be at least one more floor. Unfinished poetry.
No, I couldn't possibly. It's too precious.
Diary entry.
Safe in the drawer.
There's something over there too. Petrus key. We have to find Petrus's key. Where's Petrus at? Let's do the left side first.
Mihala is to blame. We need to open our gates to the world.
Ah, Petrus's key. That was easy.
Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from the floor?
Hello. Quest.
So you're the outsiders my guards let you to the keep.
Sure am.
Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmi. If you've a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough.
That's some way to treat the envoy of Edia. What's got you so frazzled?
Ha! You're an outsider, and outsiders aren't allowed in Sully's keep. You lot are the only kids around who aren't dwarves. Or hadn't you noticed? And now
Yeah, I
one of
did.
my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to rape me for this.
Is it really that bad? For the captain of the wardens, you seem pretty incompetent. Is it really that bad?
Gods, yes.
Dude, we're going. We have one option or insult.
That includes outside influences.
Jesus.
Not that you'd know, but the council isn't known for their temperance.
It's gonna be
None of
fine.
this is even my job. Not really, anyway. Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything.
That's one way to get promoted. What happened to him?
If I knew, I wouldn't be talking to you, Nimdut. Mihala said it was council business, but there's nothing in his
No reason to
office.
be
No journal, nothing. One of my wardens
be unfriendly about it.
convinced something happened to him, but I don't have the time or resources to spare.
I could look into it for you.
Would you? That would take a load off of me. The council might even thank you for it. Talk to Mina. She's been distraught since Petru disappeared, so I...
Man, his
I can't have one of my wardens like this, drunk. and
Okay, I'm blanking on the words, but
She's likely over in the bar.
his language changed dramatically once I offered
If
my
there's
help.
anything to know about Petru, she'd know it.
I'm blanking on the right words.
The captain is missing. The one in charge? That's not a good sign.
It sure isn't.
Oh, my dear. It's been so long. How is my grandson?
Okay. Let's check into Petrus' room. Three. Oh damn, I only have 19 left. 16 now. Okay, 15. Open.
Mihala understands the importance
Okay,
of tradition.
let's do the other side too. Oh right, the statue. I mean, I can see, but I'm not very similar. I was wondering if they put up a statue of me, since he was saying I was looking very much like them, or like him. Kitchen supply, sure. Okay, I did see a shop, but it's probably mostly gonna be food.
Listen, everyone wants seconds, okay? You can get back in line or...
I didn't even get first. I haven't had first yet, exactly.
Well, I don't... thought you were... Let me start over. I am the ringleader of the circus. No one does anything without a belly full of whatever we're warming up here today.
Nice.
No offense, but you folks look hungry. Between you and me, I hope you know how to hunt. I have a little time to chat right now. What can I do for you?
I'd like to trade. A ring. Food restores 40% more health. Dude. The fuck? This is really good. He doesn't have lockpicks though, which would have been maybe more important, but this is really nice. That's a good ring. I do have... This only costs 3,000 too. Definitely gonna grab that. That's a good ring.
Greetings. What can I do for my new friend?
What sort of things do people eat in Solace? Didn't seem like the farms outside Solace were producing very much.
I doubt they ever will. The land here doesn't yield much, as you saw. And our livestock usually has many more legs than we do.
Nice.
We sometimes send wardens to the Twinewood to hunt, but that brings other dangers. I wish
Makes
there was
sense.
more we could do, but tradition is law, right? Of course, that means I have to be creative to find ways to make everything edible and palatable, at least.
No resolve, no constitution. You don't seem satisfied with the way things are.
Between you and me, I'm not. It's no secret that eating brownish stew surprise gets old after a while.
That's a good name.
Costiya wants things to change around here. He wants to
Uh.
work with the other settlements to increase trade. Imagine it. Fish from Thirdborn, wild game from Paradis, produce from Fior Mesiverno.
What's the downside?
Tradition says we have to survive without help from the outside world, or we'll never survive. Tradition has kept these walls standing. It makes sense why we'd be slow to risk losing that.
I see. So what's for dinner? I wish you luck with all that. So what's for dinner?
Well, it's I couldn't tell you. And I skinned it myself.
Nice.
Best of luck out there, my friends. And stay away from this stew.
What a nice chef. And let us just steal their last sausages and potatoes. So that they only have brown stew to eat.
You think Costiya's right, huh?
Beetle pie.
From the salted fish we could get trading with Thirdborn.
The beetle pie isn't even the brown stew.
That's for sure.
It's a different one. Okay. Another merchant, maybe?
What do you want?
Any rumors I should know about?
Depends on what you care about. There's a bounty board you can check if you need coin.
Where's that?
I heard something about the trade caravan, but I've yet to see hide nor hair of them.
Yeah, I've done that.
And Mina here's been blubbering for a while. If you're really desperate for something to do, But that's all I've got. So, what do you want?
Where's the board? Ah, it's right there. And what do you know, Mina?
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got
Nice.
in.
We let ourselves in, really. The Lord didn't make it easy, you know? Maybe he wasn't too happy about seeing us. The Lord didn't make it
Good.
easy.
It's not supposed to be. Petru wouldn't have let this happen if he were here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge.
Jeffrey's not too happy he left either.
Left? That what he told you? Sucker. Our captain didn't just up and disappear without warning. Something must have happened to him.
What makes you think that?
It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Some people don't like that. Petru, he skirted the rules. Has some project out there at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure something must have happened to him.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zarips, killed in a lava flow.
That old tower is a good spot to look for clues to his whereabouts.
I think so too. I'd love to look into it, but Joffrey won't spare any wardens. Look,
I'll take care of
I
it.
know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and
Yeah, I got this.
If you happen to go by the abandoned warden tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right?
Sure.
Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him.
I'll do what I can.
Never thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Adiren.
He's been missing that long, and no one thought...
Outsider. Feel like helping us out?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Welcome to the Tusks, outsider. Be courteous while in Solace's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly. Be safe out there. Be careful. We've taken to put that.
I wonder how many I've already completed.
We believe it's the source of the beetles' infest. Anything to report?
I have a bounty to claim.
Well done, outsider. Seems you may have a thing or two you could show my wardens.
The bear is dead.
Vengeance for the fallen. Thank you. This means more to me than you know. Excellent work.
Kongasar and Krustar are no more.
You did it? Can't believe someone took them on. Let me
Oh, those were the stupid ass orcs with the stupid ass undead archers. That was actually a really stupid fight. Not because of them, because of the archers. They had a million archers to support them. That was so stupid. The beetle matriarchs have been exterminated.
Well done. We'll always have bugs to deal with, but at least they won't be hatching in such large numbers anymore.
Not politely. Sure. Why did I not politely? A bounty claim. The Spore King has been
Funny.
annihilated, whatever.
Fade away into obscurity. Bring Magran's. Anything to report?
So we're not quite done yet. Is there nobody else available to deal with these? Why do these creatures need to be killed?
Resources are scarce out here. We need to cull the competition if we are to survive.
Makes sense.
Check the board for bounties and be safe out.
Sure. There we go, another merchant. Hello. Quartermaster Yorgu.
Outsider,
Warden,
you need something?
I'd like to trade. Wait, what? Why did I... Okay, first of all, he does have lockpicks. So that's good. Okay, what the fuck is this? 73,000. Blocking has a 10% chance to restore 20 essence. Maximum essence plus 50. Jesus Christ. Man. Why are the good things always so expensive? Fragments of the spoils, right. We do wanna get this. So we have all the locations. Man, he has a shield that's so expensive. Okay, we're still missing quite a bit. We haven't really found that many fragments, to be honest. Okay. Down or above first? Down, probably.
If I were gonna have a drink with one of the gods, I'd pick Abidan. Margaret's got
Another merchant. Forge Master's orders. Ah, so we found the forge. Oh, these guys might be able to do something with the meteorite that we found. Okay, let's talk.
I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching.
Yeah, makes sense.
Indeed. When they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place.
I'd like to see OS. Man, he has that. I want that. It's so expensive. And he has another armor. Slowly... Fuck. I need this. Dude, I need this. Shit, I need this. Another essence regen. Oh my god, I need both. I need everything he has, and he has lockpicks. And he has corrupted Adra too. And he has another unique gauntlet. Minus 10 stamina cost while blocking. Yeah, this is not great for us. And he has a lot of grimoires. Here's an ice grimoire. Man.
You're back! What did you miss most? The loud clanging? What can I do for you?
Looks like you take your inspiration from the shrine to Abidan.
I know. A shrine to Abidan in a forge. How unique.
Show him the star medal. Stockkeeper Eberg told me you could make something special for me with this.
Did he now? And what exactly is Abidan's shiny beard? That's star metal! These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this.
Okay.
And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else forge master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it!
Are you done? So what can you do with it?
The question you should be asking is what can't I do with it? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. A simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal.
Okay.
Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal arquebus. Now that sounds like a proper challenge.
Sounds interesting. I take the arquebus.
May Abaddon guide my hand, and this trial be worthy of Magrin's attention.
So did that remove all the star metal we
Your
had?
enemies will see a gorgeous weapon. Before you kill them, of course.
Here it is.
Moonstrike.
Unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abaddon's hammer struck the falling moon.
Okay. I see why you're the Forge Master. Thank you. This is an incredible weapon.
You are most welcome, outsider. However, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. Bring me more fragments, and I will forge for you a blade unlike any other. Though with more star metal, I may be able to upgrade the Moonstrike Arquebus a bit more.
Oh my god. Give him the star metal. See how you can further empower the arquebus. Give him the star metal. Let's complete the set. Make me a sword. I want the sword. I want the sword.
I look forward to seeing what else I can do with this metal.
Now this I have to see.
It is done.
Meteor blade.
The Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge.
So we should have 3 star metal in total, right? Another masterwork. You have truly proven yourself, Forge Master.
Thank you for your kind words, outsider. I will take them to heart.
I have more star metal for you.
Blessed day. What would you like done?
I'd like you to refine the meteor blade. Not now. I'm gonna check them out first. The Moonstrike. The problem is that these are two-handed. Power attacks deal moderate frost accumulation to nearby enemies. Hits deal plus 10% bonus frost damage. Man, an ice ranged weapon. That's really nice. If I had a fire gun, I would switch off my magic. But since I don't, that's the Meteor Blade. A full combo attack gives the hit enemy minus 20 damage for 15 seconds. Hits deal plus 10 frost damage. It's a cool looking sword. And it looks really cool. The Moonstrike looks really cool too. It's glowing. The problem is an arquebus is so slow comparatively to the normal guns. Gonna upgrade the arquebus. Upgrade the arquebus, please.
Let's. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time. Proper rifling for the barrel and a bit of weight balancing will do this arquebus wonders.
Always a privilege to watch a master at work.
Here you are. A firearm
Heaven Strike.
Use it to rain death upon your foes for me, eh?
They'll never know what hit them. You've outdone yourself, Forge Master. I'll put it to good use.
I should hope so. Anything less would be an enormous waste of potential.
Okay. Man. Right, I de-equipped the weapon because I got a new one. The Heaven Strike. Attacks deal moderate frost accumulation to nearby enemies. Hits deal plus 10% bonus frost damage. I guess that's the same, but it has increased stun and increased damage. I can still upgrade it even further. Whoa. It's even shinier now. Dude, that's such a cool gun though. The problem is the cooldown in between shots. It's such a cool gun though. Yeah, I think there's a skill that lets you auto-reload when you switch weapons. The problem is it's just not worth it, I think. Even though this is probably really strong. Man, I wish he would have made us a pistol. That would have been ideal.
Are they gonna throw us in the volcano if this goes badly?
Of course they have an elevator.
Okay, before I go here, I need to check up here.
Outsiders in the halls, Nandru built himself.
Ooh. Don't mind if I do.
The gods send you at the most opportune time.
Quest?
Raluca told me we have you to thank for getting the waters flowing once more.
Yes.
It's regrettable that the Delamgan is so territorial. Imagine what we could learn from the ruins she guards. But at least we will have water. Take this. Even with the Delamgan restricting our access, a working aqueduct is invaluable.
Exactly.
Thank you again for your help. Perhaps whatever blessed Nandru truly does live in you.
I wonder if we would have got better rewards if we would have killed. But it didn't feel like that was the right answer.
What am I going to do?
What's going on?
Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please?
Help with what?
Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again.
Okay.
But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it.
Okay, where is
I
it?
think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it,
Why can't you just buy a new hammer? Yeah, let's go with
There
that.
isn't exactly a surplus of them around here. Especially not one that's held to the caliber of the ones in the smithy.
I guess that makes sense.
I can't afford a new one.
What is all this construction even for?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
Nice.
It all started when my grandfather was a baby.
Okay.
I think something about restoration. It does not matter. Can you save my hammer or not?
Why can't you just buy a new hammer? Sure.
Oh, Murti, you are a lifesaver. I'll wait right here.
Wait, is that the hammer? Okay, there's no way I survive this, right? If I jump.
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Again? Ugh. I bet the officers above don't have to deal with that.
Okay, before we jump, finish up top here. Nice. That's the electric one, right? Yeah, we really don't need that.
I do hope no one sees me like this.
What's going on here?
Who let you in here? What do you want?
Are you hiding out here?
No, of course not. Who am I kidding? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the lands, we must make do with an ever-shrinking supply of true goods.
Okay. Apparently there's a trade caravan that's supposed to be here soon.
Truly? Oh, how exceptionally convenient. I shall have to wear something really dazzling. Now, shoo, let me change.
Okay.
An outsider. I've never seen someone so dull.
Oh, that's not nice.
Since the days of Nandru himself, have we stood watch over the garden.
What's going on here?
Our descendants, and their descendants, and theirs, until the end of Eora itself.
Never heard the streets full of such bluster.
It's not fun.
Buddhic prayer.
Runen have that in common with that here.
A merchant? Wait, what?
You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I
Sure.
am pleased to meet you. What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
Show me US. You too, huh? I mean, I might as well. That's the keep. I haven't found the treasure. I think the treasure might be even on the other side where we were before.
Haven't seen Fred go around in a while.
Okay, I swear there's something on the head, right? I'm gonna save, because if I fail this jump, I'm gonna be dead. Woo! Really? A freaking mushroom of all things? And that's what the hammer is. Perfect. Could get both in one run. Got your hammer.
You're back! Did you find my hammer?
You did.
Ah, you have done me a great service, Amakul.
Okay.
Mighty envoy, may your kindness be repaid swiftly.
You say that. You could just give me some coin, you know that, right?
I wonder if I can somehow strap this to my belt so I don't drop it again.
I should be able to make this without taking too much damage. Oh yeah. Not even a tick of damage. Okay. Let's go. To the council. I am here. I have arrived. Be honored. Or something. Grab some lore. A little bit more lore. Anything else? Nothing. Wait. No, nothing. What's in the other room? Collection of papers. Up. And where's the chest? The chest is over here. Mihala's key. Okay, where do we get that? I don't think it's in here. Do you guys have Mihala's key?
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
Nandru's forge. If it isn't the envoy.
Sure am.
Glad to know you're already making friends.
We are not so ignorant as you seem to think us.
Where are my guards? Get him out of here.
Well, she's unfriendly.
The envoy's word carries the weight of Adir. It might benefit us to hear what he has to say.
Thank you, Counselor.
Let it never be said the Wardens of Solace are impolite brutes. Merely recluses.
Very well. We'll deal with the severe breach in protocol later. Tell us why you insult our halls at Dieren.
Well, she's just a sunshine, isn't she? We believe the Steel Garrote have entered the tusks. Your lives are in danger. Yeah, let's go with that.
Our order has survived the threat of these lands for hundreds of years. Wardens patrol the region day and night. There's no danger in the tusks that can catch us unawares.
Okay, sure.
Even with yours still standing, the Steel Garrote caused so much destruction. You should be afraid of the same here.
We have heard of their Inquisitor. A woman who died and lived again.
A myth. And yet you insist she is real.
She is.
If she is here. My wardens patrol these lands day and night. A force large enough to take.
I mean, she's probably already in the garden.
My knowledge.
Well, enter they did. I don't know if Ludwig still has a brain, but she's retained her wits.
Wasn't that the creature who tried to destroy Fior?
Perhaps I will discharge a few wardens to investigate, just to be certain.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer.
Oh shit, they know. I did what was needed. I don't have to explain myself to you. This isn't your place to comment. I did what was needed.
Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you? It sounds like you have something in mind.
We're looking for a path to the garden. Help us put an end to the Dream Scourge.
There is no Dream Scourge in Galawain's tusks.
Nor has there ever been.
You must shelter... Wait, what? You must shelter remarkable students of the arcane arts to be so warded. Every settlement in the living lands suffers from it. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, let's go with that.
No. The soul of Nandru protects this place, protects his wardens. No curse may touch us here.
These are unusual times, Mihala. Regrettably, I must confirm the envoy's tale. Our messengers have heard as much from Paradis, Fior, Thirdborn. Perhaps we have only been lucky. What if Nandru's Aegis no longer protects us?
I do not believe it, but I am not unmoved by the stories we have heard from the other settlements. You say you mean to end this plague of madness, envoy?
Show us a path to the garden, and we will.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy?
A god is imprisoned there. They spoke to me, begged me to come. We've determined it is the source of the Dream Scourge. Now let's go with the first one.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face.
I mean, not really, but I'll take your word for
I
it.
didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
We found an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way to the garden.
Enough. I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, envoy, you will have to discover it yourself.
Okay.
That is what your supposed steel garrote must be in the tusks to find, isn't it? I fear you and they will be disappointed.
Intelligence. If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one for.
Oh, they were really unhelpful.
Bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
Okay, Scholar, my purpose is greater than the concerns of Kith. Let's go with that.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone. We have no obligation, and indeed, no inclination to help you.
You're making a mistake, but I will respect your wishes. I won't stop searching for the garden. Let's go with the first one.
Good. Be sure of it.
Kostya, see the envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala. Follow me, envoy.
Politicians are alike everywhere, aren't they?
Locate the steel garage. I want your chest, lady. I need your key for that.
Still lingering, Adiran?
We need to talk about Petru. Further letter. I found a letter one of your council members wrote to Hilgard.
Thank you, envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Adir. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with it again. But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting. Still lingering, Adiran?
Need to talk about Petru.
Captain of the Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him?
A pretty lie, but we both know that's not what happened. Did you imprison him? Or did nature finish him off for you? Bullshit. Let's go over the first one.
Pompous Adiran. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business. Petru's ideas are a danger to Solus and go against his oath. If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe, and he will stay far away from Solus until he can be trusted again.
Okay. Imprisoning those who have different ideas than you is wrong, Mihala. You're right to protect your people, even if that means going a little bit extreme. If Petru is still alive, I'll find him. You cannot stop me. Let's go with the first one.
You know what? I'd almost think you genuinely believe that if you didn't carry an Adiran crest. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
A leader
Sure.
who punishes those who speak against them. Sounds familiar.
Well, that's what's called a dictator. Nothing crazy in there.
Envoy. I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
Ah, I knew he knows something. Wanted to squeeze in a few more insults on the way out. If you're about to make me an apology, save it. I don't care. Raise an eyebrow. Quizzically? Yes. Sure, let's go with that.
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The
Yeah, I can
old
see that.
sicken, the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
Yeah, I can see that too. You disagree with her. What is going on in Solus Keep? She's risking lives for the sake of pride. True.
Yes. She's more concerned about her pride than the fact our people are weakening from deprivation. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her.
No, that's not a sign of a good leader.
Is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
Okay. She did seem quite passionate. Well, that's a way to put it. So you're a two-faced coward. You still owe me an apology. You're picking your battles. Feels like a difficult situation. I guess we go with that.
She's a zealot. She forgets that doctrine is worth less than living. Much like your Inquisitor Ludwig.
Yeah, I can see that.
Two sides of the same miserable coin. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
I do. What do you want from me exactly?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies.
Makes sense.
I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Count on me, count me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return? Trading me in agreements aren't in my specific wheelhouse, I'm afraid. Why haven't you? Not interested. Count me intrigued. Let's go with that.
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak.
Yeah, I thought as much.
If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
She sure is. Why are you telling me this? You knew about the Stilgarot this whole time? You've told me all I need to know. I must go. Let's go with that.
I lied to you. I'm sorry for that. I didn't intend to make you look like a fool. But I couldn't let Mihala know the truth.
Okay.
She would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths with no thought for how this situation
Yeah,
would
I can see that.
us.
I can definitely see that.
The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care.
What about duty? No wonder you're so afraid of Mihala. You're a traitor. What then? Is of importance to you?
My people.
Makes sense.
Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come.
That's the most sensible thing we've heard yet.
True.
The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
Ambassador Hildegard is a reasonable man. You don't need Ludwin's support. I misunderstand the Ambassador's relationship with the Inquisitor. Yeah, let's go with that.
It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But
I can make it work.
if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Stilgarot? Disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Stilgarot in exchange for goods and gold.
That's a sensible trade in my book.
Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
I see where it's coming from, but I'm not very happy with giving it to the Stilgarot. I knew you were... fucking... I'm sure Mihala would love to hear this. You have a point. Hopefully...
Kind words I did not think I would hear. I doubt she will, though. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals.
That's not true.
Agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger.
You're a fool if you believe giving Adir a crumbling castle will protect you from them. It would change you. It would change you all. Wish you well, but I want nothing to do with this. It will change you all. Let's go with that.
Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
Not really. Regardless of what you think, I'll find it.
You are not the first person to have said that. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
Yeah, I can't promise you that, because the Lubin is out of control. The Garrote are unpredictable. They may force my hand. The thought had never crossed my mind. The Steel Garrote are my countrymen. If I see Ludwig, she's dead. Sorry. Unpredictable. They may force my hand. Let's go with that.
I would never ask you not to defend yourself, Envoy. In any case, the Steel Garrote are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths.
Sure.
Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also...
What is it?
Well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history.
Okay.
The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, Envoy.
Okay, Xala might these historians know of a route to the garden. The Imperial Library in Adir protects centuries of secrets. Sure, let's go with that.
It is definitely a possibility. The Living Archives contain centuries of knowledge. I wouldn't be surprised if there were clues to the garden's location in there somewhere. But I'm afraid I don't know for sure.
Sure. I'll check. I'll go then. Where can I find the Living Lands Archive again?
They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road.
Sure.
And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Look for Elder Grigor at the archives.
Sure.
He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, Envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
He's in a tough position, but I believe he's trying to do right by his people.
He is, but the problem is he wants to give everything to the wrong people.
Any news, Andrada?
Sorry, Captain.
And I wish I would have access to the stash in here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the camp real quick. Lots of story today. Lots of story. We will have to sell some stuff. Yeah, of course they want to talk. Sure, fine, we talk.
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack.
Miela is just trying to protect her people. It seems more innovative in his thinking, at least.
If the Steel Garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place.
Yeah,
if
that's
anyone
true.
has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
Wherever I go, I have to prove myself to strangers. No one should enter the garden But we are going to do it anyway. Let's go with the first one.
Such is the life of an envoy. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way.
Sure.
You too.
Hey, Kai.
Talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy to see adherence for a change.
What do you think about Kostya's plan to deal with Adir?
I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and
True.
history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it.
Peregrines across Eora built and abandoned forts all the time. Kostya's way is actually more traditional. Let's go with that.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right. Probably a good reason for that, too. Rawatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land.
Nice. Come on. Dying out and aggressive conquests aren't the only options. Would the people you've absorbed into your empire feel differently? Let's go with the intelligence answer.
Fair enough. And that's not exactly the choice in front of the Pargrunen either. The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adir? Or striking out into the living lands?
They know how to survive in the tusks. They should stay here. Anything better than this, they should take their chance elsewhere. Not for me to say. I feel like they should do what they... If some wanna stay, they can stay. If some wanna go, they could go. None of these are good. Yeah, that's not for me to say.
Perhaps there's no one who should make that decision, but someone will have to.
I've got questions. Okay.
Night.
Okay, now the actual thing why I came here. Where is it? There it is. Okay, before we do that, let's stash this. Stash that. Stash that. Might as well stash those two. So I don't accidentally sell it. Let's stash everything except for equipped stuff for now. Well, except for these.
This council did not.
Okay. Let's do this. Again, I'm gonna sell everything except for one of each. Okay. And then we have all our books. Only one of them that's duplicate. Lots of daggers. With the money from this, we should be able to buy the legendary armor that we saw in the shop. I feel like the one ring is really good that we have. That gives us critical hit chance depending on our wealth. The problem is though, whoops. Problem is though that you can't really farm money in this game because the enemies don't respawn and stuff. You know? So how do you even make that work? If you just buy anything, you just lose stats. Same thing with leveling. Since enemies don't respawn, there's no way to level good. Okay, we actually don't have any duplicates there. Okay, let's go and sell some stuff. Oh, exit to previous location. Right, I forgot about that. But that's a possibility now. I think that's new too. I think we didn't have that before either. I think they must have added that in update. Because that makes it actually way easier to sell stuff. Because you can only access the stash in a camp. But we don't actually have to go all the way back here. We can just teleport. And the rest of the... We could have actually done that right next to the merchant, but that's good enough.
You're back! What did you miss most? What can I do for...
Okay. Let me sell you some stuff. Okay, let's do this. Just need to be careful that I don't sell anything that I don't want to sell. I wish there would be just a sell all button. So this wouldn't pop up every single time. Right, that's the one grimoire that I have duplicates of. Okay. And then the armor. Okay. I could also sell the jewels and stuff. But even from those, you don't have a lot. So how much money do I have now?
What can I...
Dude, I barely have 86. After selling everything, every duplicate that I own, I only have 86. That is crazy. So I can barely afford this armor set. It's so good though. And there goes all my money. Dude, This, yeah, that's the biggest problem in this game, that you don't have a good source of money, right? And I've like collected everything. And done everything. And still. I mean, it is heavyweight though, so that's a thing. I will miss the critical hit chance though. Ooh, it looks really nice too. Gives me another source of essence regen too. What did you have again? You had something too, right? You had a ring or something, didn't you? Ah, no, you had the shield. Yeah, I don't really need that. Oh.
But Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here.
I'm so tired of listening to you.
Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
What's going on here?
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind.
Damn.
What's wrong
That's
with talking
disrespectful.
to the outlander? We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother. Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders. Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for. Poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas.
If more Pergrunans upheld their traditions, your people would be in a better place. I think your child is onto something. Poisoning is a strong choice of words. I think your child is onto something.
Once again, Outlander, we did not ask for your opinion. Leave us before we call for a warden's assistance. No, I'm tired of this. I am leaving with Amalia's crew, and you can't stop me.
I'd like to see you try. You're not brave enough for that.
Okay.
Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Pargrunen are done for. What do you think what means?
I think that's real fruit. Probably go to the count.
Thought he had a quest because he was coming at me. Okay, let's see. Okay, no new quest over here, but we did... yeah, so this is the main quest now. And then we have one more hunting job up here. And one more on the other side quest up here. Oh yeah, and about the treasure. About the treasure map. Is that the fort? I think it is, right? Could be one of those two, but I think it's the fort. It's hard to tell. Oh, never mind. It's not hard to tell. It's one of those then. One of the outposts it is. Could be this tower too. I doubt it's this tower. It might be on over here on this side. Ooh, nice checkpoint. Okay. Now, next time we will be finishing off the map. and going towards the garden. So we should probably be done in 1 or 2 more streams. Well, probably 2. Let's say 2, 3 more streams. Just to be safe. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. So let me jump over to the cam and let's do the outro. There we go. As always, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. As always, if you did, hit that follow button right down below. Helps out a lot and is very much appreciated. Hit that sub on YouTube as well if you can. I will be back on Friday. We will be jumping back into Expedition 33 and probably, maybe finishing off first Berserker Kazan. So do look forward to that. And on Saturday we will be back with more Avowed and, if everything works out, more Elden Ring Night Rain. As always, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And hope to see you in another stream soon. Till then, stay awesome. Bye!